It's been a long time. You know, I've been listening to Rakim a lot more. Legendary hip hop artist.
Okay.
He has this one track, and he came out with an album. You know, he's '80s best like hip hop
Right.
all time, right?
Okay.
And he came out with an album like in '97, the 27th letter or something like that. My dad loves this album. One of the tracks is, it's been a long time, and it's been stuck in my head, man. I don't know
Okay.
why I needed to tell you that, but
I appreciate it.
that's what friends are
Appreciate
for,
that, man.
right? Just to hear the stupid crap that's going on in their head, man.
Right.
Bro,
What's happening, man?
new season 5.
Season 5. Wow.
Bro, that means we've done a lot of these episodes.
We are into year 3?
Year 3, yes.
Yes. All right.
But we've done 25 for 4 seasons.
Yep.
You telling me that last episode we did was our 100th episode we didn't celebrate?
We really did.
We hit the century mark and we're just like, see you guys next season.
Bye. Yeah. I thought about that later on, but I just kept it to myself.
Yeah. Didn't even text me later or anything, bro. Just literally, I'm just realizing that now.
Yeah.
For some reason, I
crazy.
thought we were going to hit it sometime this season.
Right. Just math, right?
Once again, just math ain't mathing right. So,
Yeah.
how's things going, brother?
Fairly well. Had a long little vacation there.
Nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty nice. It's pretty nice weather for the most part.
Yeah.
It was kind of like today where you wake up and it's cold and you go a little further in the morning. It's like 60, 65 outside.
Yep. Just wild. Welcome to the great state of North Carolina.
Yeah,
Speaking of North Carolina,
Uh-oh.
that old spy balloon thing he got was over Gastonia,
It was, it made its way out to Myrtle, right?
and then it got shot down.
Yeah, I got took down.
Yeah.
You know, something that always comes good from these type of situations is the memes, right?
Oh, they're hilarious.
So there was one where it said you should send this clip to Biden, and it was a clip from Batman where he's got his Batwing and he's like grabbing all the balloons from the Joker.
Yeah.
So good. And perfect for what they were talking about.
So, JP, his dad posted a meme with the balloon, but
Oh,
it
yeah.
had like Chinese food like hung to it or whatever. He was like, man, I don't know about this whole DoorDash thing, but I'm using it for the first time. And this is the result. It gets shot down before it even gets to my house. I want my money back.
Oh, wow.
So many memes in such a little time, man.
Yeah, but they shot it down. We'll see what comes from that.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, like Chinese gold bars or something. Is that a thing?
Are they just going to float them around in the sky?
If you were trying to hide gold bars,
Oh, you're
what's
saying
the
this
last place that you would look?
so you're saying this is like a treasure chest?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I feel like
I don't know because I feel like it's the last place, but it's very obvious. Like if there's just a random, flying object.
how often do you look up?
I don't look up.
My
that
point
often.
exactly.
I don't.
Point exactly.
There are people that get paid to look up quite often.
Yeah, they're looking at
Yeah,
other
yeah.
things. So, what else been going on, brother?
Man, just working on kind of beginning of the year stuff, man. Just taxes.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Working on taxes. Me and the wife went and looked at a few houses this weekend.
Okay, over there in the countryside, couple of of Spanish villas.
in the kind of China Grove area out that way.
Ah, nice.
Everything's very, very expensive,
Oh, 1,000%. Yes.
and yeah, that's where we're at with that right now.
Locked in that interest rate 4 years ago. Good to
Um,
go.
yeah, just normal stuff. It's February now, so our birthdays are coming up. Celebrated my mother's birthday today, actually. That was her birthday.
Nice. Awesome.
So a lot going on in February.
February is going down, brother.
Yep.
36, right?
I guess
Oh my god.
that's what we talked about before. I aged 2 years.
You thought you were 34.
I thought we were 30. I thought I was turning 35 this year. I don't know why.
Oh man.
Last year, I remember I was trying to figure it out too. I was like, I don't even know how old I am this year. It's not. I don't even worry about it anymore.
Because Carmen is. I'll put it like this: Carmen's older than me,
Right.
so I just think that me and Carmen are the same age.
Right.
So I just say I'm her age,
Right.
right?
And at some point, you're not her age.
And I'm not her age, right? My wife is 27 and always will be 27, according to her.
That's fair.
Always. So,
What you been up to the last little bit?
man, we're gonna talk about a lot of what I accomplished in our off season on the pod.
Fair.
But a lot of football.
A lot of football. Okay.
My team did not make it.
have that.
A lot of TV, movies, video games.
Yeah.
And just kind of like the work, man. The work. The beginning of the year, I work for that HOA management firm, so we are slap busy.
All right.
Which is good.
Fining everybody. Everybody gets a fine.
Everybody's gonna fine.
Everybody gets a fine.
Right now it's late fees
Oh.
because nobody's paying their assessment.
I don't know what that means, but all right.
HOA
get 'em. Go
dues,
Okay.
regime fee. They call them regime fees in South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds terrible.
I mean that's what I sounds like a new regime is gonna take over and charge them. But it's just busy. But then like in about a month and a half, when everything starts growing again, and grass starts getting tall, oh man, violations and fines galore.
Overgrown grass and overgrown plants and bushes and such.
Yeah, and these homeowners think that it's because it's their yard. They don't have to cut it. They can do whatever the heck they want to do and plant whatever. One person put a whole swimming pool in their backyard, not HOA approved, and got fined.
Yeah.
And continually got fined.
Kind of sign a contract when you get into all that.
Yeah. At closing.
Yep.
You're automatically entered.
Yeah.
Some people ask us, how do I get out of this HOA thing?
Move.
I say, sell your home. That's how you do that.
You get out by leaving it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not the mafia now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But there's only one way out, though.
Hey, man. Got it. You're going to lose something.
Yeah.
Welcome to this week's episode of Movie in a Pod. I'm Clyde Smith.
And I'm Javier Villalobos.
On this week's episode, we are discussing everything that has been happening in the world of cinema, TV, video games, streaming, and more. Guys, stay tuned for a great pod ahead. All right, JV. So we got a little something different this opener,
All right. What you got?
where we're just going to talk, man.
Oh,
Not particularly about one movie. We're just talking about everything.
Just a
man.
bunch of stuff.
Just a bunch,
Bunch
of
of
stuff, man.
things.
You know
I
what I
got you.
mean? I do want to open up though with James Gunn's DC Universe. What's going on with that?
Very, very hot topic over the last little bit.
Hot topic.
So from what I understand is we're getting a bunch of reboots. And
Again.
a bunch of reboots and a bunch of cuts.
Again.
Yeah. So it's like any small little franchises that were moving forward, sequels, done. Couple more coming out, that's it. Oh boy.
Like it's almost like him and Peter Safran, his the guys over DC Universe. There was really excitement that they were going to bring some added flavor to DC. DC finally had their Kevin Feige, their guy to point them in the right direction so everything is connected and makes sense and is like awesome.
Yeah. Now, we'll say I looked through the list of upcoming films and television.
Yeah.
The films, okay, we're just making the same heroes again.
Well, before you even jump into that here, so there's all the movies that are already in post-production and still slated to happen, except Batgirl. I'm still pissed off about that. But we still have Shazam! Fury of the Gods in March, The Flash in June, Blue Beetle August, and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom in December.
Right.
So those are all still happening, and those are all still in continuity with the DCEU to this. So that's good. Those are fine. No Henry Cavill Superman sequel. Yeah. And no Black Adam sequel, which was like the biggest hyped movie of all time, in my opinion. Like more than John Carter from Mars.
It really was.
And like it was okay, but it didn't change the game as I guess when you're The Rock, you can say whatever the hell and people are going to believe you because you say it in this type of voice. No, it changed the face of the DC universe forever.
I mean, I would definitely choose a Man of Steel over Black Adam.
Oh, 1,000
every day of the week.
1,000%.
Yeah,
and I wanted to see them duke it out.
Yeah, yeah. It was, like you said, it was okay.
Yeah,
it didn't shatter any, or explode any minds by any means.
But like you said, there are movies in development, man. What do you think about these, man? We got Superman Legacy. A young Superman.
If we're going a different route, like he's showing here, he's got his Kryptonian heritage, or balancing his Kryptonian heritage with the human upbringing. If we're going a little earlier, not rebooting, I think I can get down for it.
Wasn't that Man of Steel?
Partially.
Like so that was 2/3 of Man of Steel, right?
I mean, partially, yeah. But you could go like a Smallville.
Yeah.
Where you're really deep into getting to that point where we didn't get to see him fly, but the last episode of the whole series, but it's whatever.
You still salty about that?
Well, we didn't get to see him fly in the red and blues anyways.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for something like that. I'm not really up for another reboot right now.
I don't want to see it from you know how they did Spider-Man No Way Home? I mean, Spider-Man Homecoming?
Yeah, just jumped into it.
I don't need to see Uncle Ben die. Yeah. I don't need to see Krypton explode. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's make Martha Kent hot. You know what I mean? We're good.
Yeah, we haven't had a good, lengthy, young Superman since Smallville.
True.
Since that series. It's always just run through. He's growing up. Yeah, he's doing this, that, or the other. And then we're into a grown man.
Very, very, very
so
true.
I think I can get behind that. It still sucks Henry's not going to finish up his thing, but you got to move on from that at some point.
Then we have the Authority. Do we have any clue what that's even about or who's in that?
I have no clue.
We shall find out.
So it's the Authority sounds kind of like S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, okay.
So, because what makes me think of that is, it says Wildstorm characters will join the DCU as members of the Authority, take matters in their own hand. But it might not be a good thing. Maybe it's a bad thing.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I have no clue.
We will find out together. And this one really upsets me. The Brave and the Bold, the Batman movie. And we're going to get an older Batman because he has had a child.
Correct.
With Talia al Ghul named Damian Wayne. Yes. Who's the assassin. So, what? He's the worst Robin ever. The kid's an asshole.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know where to go with that.
Have you seen any properties like the DC animated has had a couple of Damian Wayne movies with Damian Wayne in?
Yeah, he's a brat.
He's a bratty asshole and thinks he knows everything, thinks he can kill everybody.
Yeah.
In one of those, he actually kills Nightwing.
Oh.
By accident, but he kills Nightwing.
I mean,
He's such a horrible Robin.
Yeah, I'm not that up on my Batman lore, but we're now bringing this in, but we're still getting Batman 2 or The Batman.
What's Part 2, right?
Yeah.
The Batman Part 2 is what it's called.
Yeah.
Right? We are getting that. Yeah.
So we're still going to go on with one thing, one franchise, and you have so many other directions you can go, and we're going to have another Batman movie. Why?
There are two
Why?
Batmans.
Why do that?
Are they both coming out in 2025 too,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think? Wild. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not a director, DC.
not a studio executive
Yeah.
who makes these decisions. So we also have Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. That's going to be a dope film. We haven't had a Supergirl film since the 80s, late 80s, maybe early 90s. So that might be pretty awesome. The TV show was wildly successful.
Mm-hmm.
And then this might be cool. We do like a revamp of Swamp Thing. Remember Swamp Thing from like the early 90s?
Yeah, I was a fan. I was a fan of Swamp Thing.
I was too, but I don't think they captured his ferocity, because he's kind of like they always say like the Thing is like the Hulk, right?
Gotcha.
Those are both Marvel, and like what is the DC version? It's kind of like Swamp Thing. You know what I mean? I hope they bring like that dichotomy, because he is a scientist, and all that stuff. So I hope they show both sides of that, and it's not corny like that movie is. I mean, it was dope at the time. But,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A couple of TV shows as well, man. Creature Commandos. I feel like Swamp Thing is going to jump right in there.
Possibly, yeah.
I don't know what Creature Commandos is even about.
No clue, but this is Amanda Waller deal, so I am downskis.
Yes.
As long as that is still Viola Davis.
Yes,
Okay.
I agree. I was just about to say, she's going to have her own show. Yes. Yeah. So maybe she controls the Creature Command. I don't know, but hopefully she ebbs and flows through all this, and hopefully it stays Viola Davis. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Sounds like a Suicide Squad, but monsters. Right?
Wasn't Viola Davis in Peacemaker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she was
she was on a phone call.
Yeah, I don't think she wasn't a prominent in there.
No, she was not a prominent, but she played Amanda Waller.
Yeah,
in
she
Peacemaker.
headed up the team.
Yes,
basically. Yeah.
So if that stays continuity, that we still have her.
Good with that.
All right, so the one I'm really excited about, TV show wise, man. You ever seen True Detective? At least season 1.
Seen a lot of detective shows in general.
Just what about there's one that's called
I
True Detective on HBO with Matthew McConaughey?
No, I don't think
Woody
so.
Harrelson. Okay, highly recommend. At least watch season 1.
Okay.
Because if James Gunn is correct, Lanterns is going to be Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart as like intergalactic detectives.
Yeah.
In the same vein as True Detective. True Detective was that first season was just like beautiful. It was a great story of like partnership.
Yeah.
And that dichotomy between the two. If it's anything like that, I am definitely, that's the thing I'm most hyped about on this list, man. So yeah, Lantern should be really dope.
Okay, good deal.
Then we got Paradise Lost, which is the Wonder Woman Themyscira type movie. What happens kind of between the movies, right? I think that's what he said.
So we're not going to be focusing on Wonder Woman. Seems like we're going to be focusing on the Amazons altogether on this island.
Kind of like a Wakanda Forever type movie for the Amazonian, those
fine.
ladies.
That is fine.
And then Booster Gold. I've heard the name. Know nothing about this guy.
To me, this sounds, just reading this, sounds like be kind of quirky situation. But I guess it could really swing either way if you don't know who this guy is or what this is. Because we got to use his basic technology from the future to pretend to be a superhero in present day. So he's just trying to look cool, but he's really just some dude with cool tech.
Just some cool.
He's not quite like a Tony Stark, but
we'll get there.
I don't know.
All right. Well, I will say this: I will give every one of these a watch.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot on this list that I'm not excited about.
Well, I'm hoping this is with James Gunn. This is going to be, for one, good movies.
Yeah.
And two, maybe we don't reboot next year again.
I feel like it's
You know what
always
I'm saying?
Groundhog's Day
Yeah,
at Warner
exactly.
Brothers, right, for DC.
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
I guess I need to pass the torch, man. Whoever is the new Clark Kent Superman and Superman Legacy, I'm gonna give him all the hell that I gave Ben Affleck. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Of course.
And it's because Christian Bale is like the perfect casting, right?
Mhm.
He's the perfect actor to play this man who dresses up as a bat. And you look at Ben Affleck and you're like, no. But then when you saw Ben Affleck in a few scenes, a couple as Bruce Wayne,
Yeah,
and then that one scene when he goes to save Martha in Batman vs Superman, you're like, okay,
yeah. And I think for me with that, like, if you were to switch those two actors and put them in the other movies, I think that would have been awful.
it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, it would have been terrible. They
Yeah.
played a good Batman for their
For their universe,
Yeah.
their movies, yeah.
yeah.
It just wouldn't have worked. The fact that Ben Affleck is so massive,
Yeah.
and he's 6'4". He's my height, but like in those movies, he was built like a brick shit house, right?
Humongous.
It just made sense.
Yeah.
Christian Bale was more of the Krav Maga, the Kenpo type of Batman, where he uses smashing elbows. Man, he's gonna kick your ass, but they made sense in their universes. Like I could never see Christian Bale do the things that happened during that Martha saving scene. Like it's just
Yeah.
you can't see it because we didn't get that in all three movies.
Yeah.
So, so I gotta let whoever takes over the mantle of Clark Kent. I gotta let them do their thing. I guess, man. I'm not gonna be happy about it. I'm gonna give them all the hell in
Yeah,
the world.
What I'm gonna do?
I hope they blow me away. That's all I'm gonna say. It was really hard for me to let. It was easier than the Ben Affleck, but it was really hard for me to see anybody but Michael Keaton as Batman.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Val Kilmer, George Clooney. We already had this conversation on the pod right here.
Yeah.
But then I was like, all right, let's see what this Christian Bale, who's like we already know is a good actor, but like there's not gonna be no Michael Keaton, and you're like, whoa, whoa, this dude is a great both. So I gotta give the guy, whoever it is, a chance, man. So I'm still available, James Gunn, if you need me.
Yep.
It's not a bad thing to have a black Superman with dreads.
No,
Not cutting the dreads. So all right, brother. So we had a long break,
very long,
which gave us a lot of time, man, to kind of, we're not having to be structured by watching a movie of the week.
Yeah.
So it's our time to basically just
Whenever
not be in school and do whatever the hell you want to watch, right?
Yeah,
no homework.
Never felt like sitting down and watching whatever. Is watching whatever.
Yeah, man. Talk to me, man. What have you been watching? Any flicks or TV shows over the break?
Oh, a lot.
Talk to me.
Stuff going on. Obviously, I watch New Girl, Supernatural, and Rick and Morty on a regular basis.
Regular basis, yes.
Those are good time fillers. If I'm like doing something on my computer,
Yeah.
I have them up over here. But did you hear Rick and Morty that Josh Brolin is no longer with them?
Yeah, that's gonna be super weird, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep. They're continuing.
Oh yeah. They're just gonna switch in the universe and make some kind of excuse about it.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the storylines are. Which I mean, if any show could do it and it like, quote unquote, makes sense in the universe, that's the show that's gonna be able to do it.
So my question is like, is he just the voice, or is he also like behind the writing, the quips that the?
I think he was in a bit of both of it, but they do have writers and stuff that
come
aside of him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That has been making the show still as great as it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Really excited about that then.
There's still a strong team behind him. I sent you a picture of one of my birthday gifts I got early.
Dude, let's go. Studios.
Yeah, Studio 666, Foo Fighters movie. I have watched it, and it is still awesome.
Better than first time?
Oh yeah. I just get to enjoy a little bit more.
That guy
More
from
of
the Google review just replied by the way. Me and our house, we got a email, we got a letter with our house on the letter, and sorry to interrupt, Todd. We're gonna get back to Studio 666, but the guy sent us a letter asking for insurance, insurance help, and the homeowner's insurance, and our house is on the cover on the envelope, like on the outside.
Yeah.
And then like you open up the letter, our house is on the inside. And on the bottom of the picture, it says, picture of home was taken from public records. And I know all the pictures of my home on public records because I'm in property management and I creep on my own house. It looks like this dude posted up outside my house, took a picture. So I gave him a bad Google review. Was it right of me? No. Was my wife happy that I did it?
Not at all.
No, not at all.
Was I laughing?
Was Javier laughing? This happened like 40 minute ago, guys, okay? He just replied. I won't get into it. It looks like he might have used some colorful language or very colorful language. I don't know how the term goes, but we'll go from there. Anyway, Studio 666, better the first time or the second time?
It was better the second time.
Nice. Because you caught like more stuff.
Yeah, just get to enjoy the pieces in between the exciting parts, I guess.
Yeah.
Like watching it the first time, you get the exciting parts, kind of coming down off those, and you go to another one. I could see all the little things in the middle. Came with this Blu-ray with digital download.
Nice.
So I got the digital movie.
Nice.
Pretty awesome.
So what me and a buddy do is he actually, like whatever Blu-ray that we buy, we give each other the digital download.
Ah.
Yeah, so I thought we were friends.
I didn't do that.
Because
that was mine.
Because I had he said both. Because I got like Steven Spielberg's The Post, which is a great movie, and I gave him the digital. Tenet, I did the same exact thing. But he got a couple of loves those DC animated movies, right? And he'll give me the digital download. So that Movies Anytime app, I got a lot of crap on there.
Yeah,
man.
same.
I take those with me on the plane. So
right. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. I caught Devotion.
I still have not watched it yet.
You haven't watched it yet?
Talk to me though. Talk to the peoples about Devotion.
I'm just gonna give you one example to compare it to. So you know the last scene in Furious 7, the last Brian O'Connor scene.
Yeah.
When him and Dom are next to each other.
And they separate. Yeah. And then Wiz Khalifa comes on.
And you know that like all the other people in the theater, definitely his eyes were watering from that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was doing, but just on my couch by myself.
Oh my God.
It's a great movie. You can definitely catch it. It's a good movie.
It's on Paramount Plus right now.
Yes.
I am definitely checking that out. I've been saying that.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Something else has been taking up my time with Paramount Plus, but we'll talk about that in a few minutes here.
Yeah. And just random stuff, man. Caught Violet Night again. That was on Paramount Plus, I think.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think it's Paramount Plus.
Oh, definitely watching that. That's probably going to be before Devotion.
So Violet Night, and here's some random stuff I put on every once in a while. 21 Jump Street.
Nice.
You ever watch The Dirt, Motley Crue movie on Netflix?
I have seen it once.
Yeah, I like watching that one.
It's a good movie. It's a good B movie about like their life and everything. Yeah. It's really hard for me to watch through because like it's hard for me to watch people just always drunk and on drugs and stuff like that. And I know they make like light of it a lot of the times, but it's still really hard for me to watch.
Well, it was a different time when all that was going on.
It really was, man. It really was.
Wakanda Forever dropped on Disney Plus.
Yes, it did.
Check that out. And Hot Tub Time Machine was another one I caught.
Ooh.
Yeah, Hot Tub Time Machine. It's a good one.
Classic, brother. Yeah. Classic.
What about you, man? What kind of stuff you been?
I've been all over the place, man.
Yeah. Same.
So you know that I watched the original Fletch with Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
The 80s movie, and I watched the new one with John Hamm right after it. Now there was a Chevy Chase sequel which I have not caught yet because I couldn't get it streaming.
Fair enough.
I'll say this about it: the Chevy Chase one is an instant classic.
Right.
Hilarious, funny type of caper, type of mystery. There's a couple of car chases in there. It's funny. Chevy Chase, I didn't know he was that tall. He's like 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, he's a big man.
And he's just hilarious. Naturally, just like hilarious. He's like a
funny guy.
Like what we love Bill Murray for. Chevy Chase was doing it before him.
I got you. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah. But then I watched the John Hamm one, which is a sexier and even funnier movie.
Okay.
But like it just, I don't know, it lacked that je ne sais pas of the original. I think that's just Chevy Chase, man. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he was an interesting comedian.
Yes.
On screen, like not stand up.
Correct.
But on screen, he always had a certain thing about him that just made you laugh.
Yes.
Just made you want to laugh. No, even if it really wasn't funny, that was stupid. It was still great.
That's exactly what happens in the original Flesh, man.
Yeah.
So, like, John Hamm makes you laugh, but he's, like, stretching. He's doing a bit or whatever. Like, Chevy Chase is just, like, on screen, and you're just, like, he sits down, and you're like, that's actually pretty damn funny. You know what I mean? But it's cool at the same time, man.
Yeah,
So,
I got you. Yeah.
But I still have to watch that Chevy Chase sequel, so I'm looking for that here.
Gotcha.
I recaught Interstellar, man. I watched that again. 2 hours and about 40 minutes, 50 minutes there.
Let me file the sci-fi movie. Is that Matthew McConaughey?
All right.
Okay. Make sure I was thinking the right one.
Yes, sir. So, like,
yeah, it was such a good movie.
As like, technically, it's just a beautiful masterpiece, man.
Yeah.
Just watch what Christopher Nolan puts on screen there.
Yeah.
It just literally amazed me how beautifully shot every single scene is. The Dust Bowl, the snow ice place, right?
Yeah.
Just like the black hole scene, man. Just
yeah.
I just love that movie, man. It's technically beautiful. Now the script is not the best. It's not as tight as his other movies.
Yeah.
And it doesn't leave you with as much nihilism as his other movies like Inception, The Dark Knight, stuff like that, even Tenet. But it's his most beautiful movie to date, man. Okay. I think that and Dunkirk is his most beautiful movies that he's ever shot, man. So
gotcha.
I caught and I haven't I sent you the clip. But a little movie from 1990. What is this here? Let me go back.
Such a good time for movies.
1991 comedy film directed by Damian Lee. It's called Ski School.
Yeah.
All right. Its plot concerns a fictional ski school and basically everything that happens at that school. Mm-hmm. Just to give you a little note here. Mm-hmm. So kids, like young adults, like college age kids, go to this ski school to learn how to ski. And they're there in dorms and stuff like that.
Okay.
And there's like 8 or 9 different instructors. 8 or 9 of the different instructors have those different classes. And then they like have competitions at the end of the ski season, right? But obviously it's Section 8 is ran by this guy, Dave Marshak, who's like a legend.
Okay.
And him and his boys just like to drink, party, and hook up with girls.
These are the instructors?
These are the instructors.
All right.
Right? All right. And then there's like another faction of like preppy white guys, by the book, does everything they need to do, who hates those Section 8 because they just party so hard, right? And they don't do anything but by the book. So how do they settle it?
Ski off.
We're going to have ski.
Yeah.
We're going to have a ski off, yes.
What else did he do?
The 90s, baby. We're going to settle the score by skiing down a mountain. And you know what? Whoever loses leaves the mountain for good.
Yeah, that's how it is. Man.
That's that.
It's got what is it? I was trying to think of something funny to say.
That's how you handle things in the 90s, man.
Ski off.
That's it. We're not taking anybody to court. We're not fighting.
Dancing, skiing.
A dance off.
Whichever.
Whatever it takes, man.
Yeah.
Like, we're just
non-violent, though.
Non-violent, bro.
Trying to be nice to each other somewhere.
You know what I mean? And then, obviously, the guys who won, like, still, like, you guys can stay, but you're not in charge anymore, and here's a beer.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Those early 90s movies, as flawed and as sexist and racist as they were, so bad. the plots were just all the same, man. And it's at a different type of venue, man. There was a rollerblading one.
Oh.
Not in this series, but
you got skateboarding.
There was a BMX one.
I just saw one of the movies, Grind.
Yes.
I didn't watch it. I saw the preview for it. I think it was on Amazon or something like that. And I was like, man, I remember that movie. I remember when that one was out.
Remember Airborne?
Yeah.
The kid who goes from like, he's new. Where is that? No, he's from LA, like Malibu or whatever. Then he moves to Ohio. Seth Green is in it. And Jack Black.
Oh,
really like early to mid 90s.
Yeah.
And he's a rollerblader.
Oh, yeah.
And so how do they, and then like obviously he's the new kid, so gets picked on by the high school bully. How do they settle this? We're going down Devil's Backbone, baby. That's how we're going to settle this, man. Whoever loses.
I'll meet you out on the Devil's Bend.
Yeah. That's how all these movies were, man. I just love them, man. So, like I haven't watched Ski School since like the mid 90s. So I was like, let me check this out again.
Now I think about it, like we said nonviolent, but really the injuries from these things would probably be worse than just fist fighting.
Exactly. And nobody ever gets hurt.
Yeah, yeah. No,
they just get up. They're like, the 90s, like a head, somebody gets concussed or whatever. They get up, they're just like, I'm okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, so
Fantastic.
also still watching currently, running back through How I Met Your Mother.
Fantastic.
Just a classic, man.
Yep.
Me and the wife, we watch it every few years to laugh out loud.
That is a long run, though.
And to be upset by Ted's mistakes. Yeah. Yeah. But it is 8 seasons, man.
Yeah, it's
like
long.
Almost 23, 24 episodes a season. We watch it at dinner. You know what I mean? We'll get like an hour or two in.
All of that is just listening. A lot of it's you're listening to it rather than really watching. That's what's good about like New Girl as well. You can just listen and laugh.
Yeah.
Just have a good time.
Yeah.
Especially when you've watched it a lot.
As we both have, yes. For some reason, man, I wanted to catch The Aviator again. So I did. I watched that actually a couple nights ago.
Nice.
That Howard Hughes film. What? See what I did there?
Like, I didn't see that one. Let me check that out.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. But Leonardo DiCaprio was just great in that movie, man. Just great film. Have you seen Jeremy Renner and Mayor of Kingstown?
I haven't caught that yet.
I don't know if it's your type of show, but it's such a good like.
We've conversated about that before.
Yeah.
And it is on a list to get checked out, but not on the top of the list.
Tough watch.
Oh, yeah?
Tough watch, but you just fall in love with Jeremy Renner's character and the people that are around him as well, man. And that's what makes the tough watch easier to digest.
I got you.
Let's all still hope, guys. Jeremy Renner was in that accident over the holidays, still a full recovery. I want to see him dressed back as Hawkeye eventually one of these days.
Yeah, he's been posting some stuff. Looks like he's doing better.
Yeah.
Therapy, stuff like that. So, yep, all the best wishes to him getting back on his feet.
All right, man. So, let's talk about the show that everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
The Nick Offerman Show.
So good.
That episode was awesome. But anyway, The Last of Us, man. You caught up?
Not with last night's episode.
Okay, so we'll only talk about 1, 2, and 3.
Yes, I've watched 1, 2, and 3.
You better be prepared next week, sir, okay? We're going to dive into this for the rest of its season.
I will catch episode 4, and I will watch episode 5.
I love it.
We'll get it done.
Deal.
Get it done.
Deal. Are you aware that this was based, when you started hearing about this or show, did you aware that it was based on a video game?
I knew there was the video game. I wasn't sure if it was based on the video game or if the video game is based on something else.
Gotcha.
They were based on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But yeah, I knew it was a video game story.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you think about this show so far, man? Because obviously you've not played the video game.
I didn't play the video game.
So what do you think about the first 3 episodes of this show?
I mean, it's following a, kind of typical adventure for the first couple episodes. Episode 1, we meet everybody for the most part. Get the story from the beginning to the infected and the QZ, all that stuff, which was, developing the characters. Did a great job in the beginning to kind of lead you to, why Joel is where he is and what happened to him.
Yeah.
We ain't learned a whole lot other than the story she's told, Ellie.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's going to unravel more as to why she is the person she is. And then episode 2, we start seeing a lot more of the infected and them going in, the hordes, what they're doing, which I thought was an awesome episode. That was pretty awesome to kind of to unfold the story, but it be in action, right?
I feel like we're getting backstory and we're getting their story as well, man. Yeah. Like I forgot what country that they were in when they opened up episode 2, but like how that doctor, scientist, whatever lady.
I don't remember exactly either.
But like how she basically said, they were like, "How do you fix this? We need like an immunization. We need a shot." She goes, "Like you just need to bomb everything."
Yeah,
that's it. That's the end game, right there.
That is how you finish it off.
If a scientist tells you that, you're screwed.
Yeah,
like we are screwed.
Yeah.
Dr. Fauci said, "Bomb because of COVID. We just got to bomb everybody." We're done, okay?
Oh, no. Yeah, so, like, we learn about the infect and how they work as they're going through the zone, right? Where we see the horde and we see all that stuff. So, instead of just them talking about and explaining it, they showed us.
Yes.
And I really enjoyed that. The fight scene, the horde attack, all that stuff was great. Then episode 3, we get Bill and Frank.
Yeah.
Very tearjerker episode.
Really was, man.
It only really intertwines just a little bit with Joel.
Joel and Ellie, yeah.
Yeah. Well, not Ellie.
Tess, okay. Tess. In the back, in the flashbacks.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. But it's just a love story.
That's exactly.
Because it was like one scene that had some Raiders in it. That's about it.
Which was a badass scene.
Yeah, it was
by the way, right?
Really
I loved how like Frank was sleeping.
Yeah.
He gets up to all this like fire and brimstone and shots and everything, and explosions.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Bill, where the hell are you at, Bill?" Bill is literally in the street, yes. Not behind anything, just in the middle of the street, just tapping these guys one by one, bro. Takes a bullet, continues to like shoot people,
Bill's
man.
Bill's a real deal.
Yeah.
Oh man, just Nick Offerman. He's we've seen him like as Ron Swanson. That's where I always remember him from.
Yep.
He's played in a bunch of movies and done other stuff like that. But this really just shows how good of an actor he is.
Dude, he's so good.
Such a good actor. Like, as like Ron Swanson, he's just allowed to be goofy and do whatever. But in here, he's really an emotional wreck for most of the show.
So like, yeah, so I agree. I feel like he had some Ron Swanson in him because he was still like a man's man.
Yeah.
He can, the shooting, the survival tactics and everything, the making sure there's the perimeter and everything, just the way he was a badass shooting those Raiders, right? But there's also, like you said, that emotional side where he plays the piano, right?
Yeah.
He's a great cook. He loves different port wine and stuff like that, right? He can allow himself to be vulnerable and love another man, right?
Yeah.
Like that was beautiful, and that what makes Nick Offerman's a great actor, man.
It really is.
And like
really
we always knew that he can act.
Right.
He can act well. I don't know he had like this in him though, right?
Right.
And now I see. And then you also have the guy who played Frank, man. Murray Bartlett is famous. He was in season 1 of White Lotus, and he did fantastic.
Okay.
So seeing him, and I didn't realize it was him until after the episode. It's like, I know this guy. Where the hell do I know this guy from, man? And I'm like, then they start doing like they talk about the episode.
Yeah.
That's the dude from White Lotus, man. That's the concierge, bro. So, but this is a very great show, man. I love Pedro Pascal as Joel, man. Joel in the video game was like a Southern white guy.
Mm-hmm.
They changed it to Pedro Pascal, so he has some like Hispanic heritage, and that's how you know he has some Hispanic heritage, because Pedro Pascal is a guy who can play multiple.
Yeah.
You know, his daughter Sarah was mixed. She was like maybe like white and Hispanic, and then when his brother Tommy came. It's Gabriel Luna, baby. Gabriel Luna is a Hispanic man. Ain't no hiding that.
That's all over him. Yeah. Agreed.
Ain't no hiding that,
Agreed.
bro. Y'all two are brothers? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Joe, you definitely Hispanic, bro. We know now.
Yeah. That was definitely the.
If you were trying to hide it, you can't with your brother here, man.
Nope.
But that was a cool diversion from, like, the video game here. And you bring on such a great actor, man. I think Pedro Pascal, one, like, The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
He's just so good as Joel.
Yeah.
And he brings such like a gravitas to this where he wants to be an asshole to this young girl. Right. But like also wants to do right by Tess and protect her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then also still feels like guilt for the loss of his daughter.
Oh, yeah.
And sees his daughter in this girl, man. So
Yeah.
he's dealing with
A lot.
so many emotions in such a little time, man.
Yeah.
So,
So like for episode 3, episode 2 ends after the horde attack,
yeah.
and they're off to wherever they're going. And then episode 3 ends where they get to where they were going. They were going to see Bill and Frank.
Yep.
So yeah, that's where we're at right now. They're off on another journey.
They are off on another journey. Season 4 was also great.
Okay.
When you get caught up,
That's what I'm.
we'll talk about it all.
Tonight, maybe if I stay awake.
We'll talk about it all, brother. Take some no-dos. You be all right.
Over on Pedro Pascal, did you watch any of the SNL skits that he did?
Just the Mario one that you sent me, man.
He had some good ones. There's some good ones.
I should check them all out.
Yeah. I watched
Okay.
watched a bunch of them.
You know, I don't really watch SNL. You know what? He's a reason to watch an episode of SNL, right? I've seen like I think like the last full one I watched was with the guy from Atlanta. What's his name? Donald Glover. I think that was the last full one that I've watched. There.
I haven't watched a full one, but they post all the skits on YouTube.
True. Very true.
Skit by skit. You can just watch like the whole show skit by skit. He's just such a funny dude. He's just he's cool with just getting into a character and letting it go.
That's good.
Yeah. That Mario one was gold.
Like, I would love to see that movie, man. Let's throw the Chris Pratt one out the window and let's do this one, man.
Definitely.
All right, brother. Let's quickly, don't want to spend too much time. Let's talk some video games, man.
Oh, boy.
So I'm currently playing Modern Warfare 2.
I briefly played Modern Warfare 2.
So the campaign is dope, fun, and exciting. Have you played any of the campaign? Did you?
I did play some of the campaign, yeah.
You didn't beat it, though?
No, I made that far.
Dude, there's one in there where you just literally have nothing, and you have to, like, you're basically like in the Last of Us, trying to scrap and survive and get through, like, this level, man.
Okay.
It almost seems like it was inspired by the video game.
Gotcha.
It was a great sequel from the 2019 games, is what I'm trying to say here. That campaign. I love Modern Warfare campaigns. Now, the multiplayer, that still pisses me off, man. I don't enjoy getting sniped by a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
And calling me bad words.
They love it.
through the mic,
I love it.
right? You know, kiss my ass, like, you know, stuff like that. I don't enjoy that at all. Because like I get aggressive and I'm like, I'm going to literally come over there and kick your ass as soon as I find where you are on the map. I never find them on the map and they snipe me from 30 yards out.
They're on the other side of the map by the time we get to that spot.
Exactly.
Yeah, they know what's up.
Yes.
Yeah, I played briefly. Just couldn't catch up. That's kind of where I'm at with those games. Like, by the time you get to the point, if you don't log on immediately and just devote your whole life to it, you're just never going to catch up.
If it's not a day one download, you're just behind. Yeah.
So I played a little bit, but kind of fell to the side there for me.
I hear you. So speaking of The Last of Us, I know this movie came out this game came out in 2013. I just beat it the other day.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
First time.
You know what? I think we have that game on PlayStation, but I've never played it.
Now, I picked it up and borrowed it from a buddy.
Okay.
I gotta give that back to Evan, actually, now that I'm done. I think he lives out of state now, but who knows?
Well, guess you're not getting that back.
Tennessee, then. Give me your shipping address. You might get it, you might not. You might just get the box. It's from Naughty Dog, who did the Uncharted games. Probably the best video game that I've ever played, man.
Uncharted or The Last of Us?
The Last of Us.
Okay.
Uncharted 2 was a fantastic game.
Gotcha.
And that's up there.
Gotcha.
Probably top 5, but The Last of Us might be 1.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know what to do. And they're all PlayStation 4 games. They're all like PlayStation games. Like Spider-Man's up there. Spider-Man 2018 or whatever's up there.
Yeah.
The Last of Us, Uncharted 2. I need Xbox to come out with a dope game, man.
One thing I keep going back to is Ghost Recon Wildlands. You ever play Ghost Recon Wildlands?
I've not played a single I can't lie to you. I've probably played a Ghost Recon game, but not Wildlands.
I go back to that one a lot as far as my like military shooter.
Is that an online or you play that campaign?
You can play online.
What do you play?
You're like it's basically like an open world co-op squad.
Okay.
Where you go and you have a big map and you kind of got like sectors, different levels.
Gotcha.
You go in and you do certain missions within those areas and build your deal up.
That reminds me of The Division 4. That's probably another good game. Yeah, I have played that on Xbox. Okay.
Similar.
That reminds me of that. So it's less Modern Warfare, more The Division.
Yes.
I got you.
Yes.
Okay. Good deal, man. Play the Last of Us.
All right.
Played.
I'll give her a shot.
So good. Like, the story alone, you'll start also seeing, like, all right, I see what they're doing with the TV show.
Gotcha,
and then you're seeing, I see what they're doing differently from the TV show as well.
Right.
So, yeah, I just highly recommend, man.
Did you see that Avengers is no longer getting support going forward?
You know, I bought that game with so much hype that this was like the last game I'm going to play for the rest of my life. We played it so hard for like, I don't know, 4 months.
Yeah, it just wasn't doing anything different. It was just like
everything was the same.
Every expansion was exactly the same. I mean, different areas, but it's all the same thing.
I wonder, what was the last expansion? The Wakanda one?
Was it Wakanda or Spider-Man?
I don't know what came first, but they were like back to back though.
Yeah,
well, that was still like a year and a half ago.
Actually, no, they had Winter Soldier.
They did have that, and that's more recent. That was like late last year, right?
That was the final one.
Dude.
So,
yeah, I mean, they just wasn't trying to keep it going, man.
I don't know. It was all the same after a while. Like, got a new character, and there's a little bit different levels, but
everybody kind of had the same type of, like, you know, Tony Stark can fly and the Hulk and people. They all kind of did the same exact thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was no like wow factor. Now, I did love running around with Wakanda Forever, Black Panther and whooping ass. That was probably my most fun. My most souped up was Tony Stark,
of course,
Iron Man, but he was number 2, bro. Just badass.
Yeah.
So speaking of those open world games, what's up with this Hogwarts Harry Potter universe game, man? You heard anything about it? You heard anything about this Hogwarts Legacy?
I love how it's so like certain words make me think of a New Girl clip. It's great.
It always does.
Yeah. There's one I just saw that episode too, where she's like, "Where are you going to, Hogwarts?" He's like, "I don't know where this Hogwarts is, but maybe if it's in Seattle or whatever, or San Diego or San Francisco, wherever they were at." Yeah, so I've seen some stuff on that. What's weird is it's just a single player game. You would think that like that kind of open world game would have some kind of co-op or multiplayer of some sort, even if it's not like a big MMO.
Yeah.
Because I've played like WoW and New World, which are online games, big servers, and this looks kind of like that kind of game, but you're by yourself.
Yeah.
Never really been into that kind of that kind of battle simulation. With there was another one, Dark Souls was another game where it's like you just go in and fight bosses. That's all you do the whole time.
That are like computer yeah.
Not co-op, no nothing. Actually, I think that one you can get online on, but yeah, I didn't see any flair for this one unless you're a big Harry Potter fan.
I guess I'm not. I've seen one movie, Sorcerer's Stone, Philosopher's Stone, whatever the first movie or book is.
I never really watched them in full.
Yeah, I've never just seen one there, but whatever. So it sounds like this is going to be available on Xbox Game Pass sooner than later, and so I might check it out then.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get a hold of it, we'll see.
We shall see, sir. All right, team. So we kind of want to leave you with this. Since the pandemic, we've seen a lot of people get bigger TVs, audio systems, and everything, and basically skip the movie theater.
Right.
I don't like it. I'm not saying I need like a full movie theater when I go,
right?
But like, just the thought of like the blockbuster is almost gone, unless you're an Avengers movie, right? Unless you're like a comic book movie or something big like Avatar or something. Fast X is gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah,
a lot of money. They're gonna make over $1 billion. Yeah, so the last one, everybody's got to show up.
Yep.
So. We love the movies.
Right.
And we love the movie theaters, man.
Right.
Just that experience alone of getting that large popcorn, getting that cola, preferably cherry. You don't have cherry, I'm not happy about it, but I'll rock. But just, being in a collective in a dark room with other people solely focused on this great cinematic adventure that we're on, right? And the laugh and the laughs and the screams and the cries and everything that comes with it, right? And just so much emotion that emotes out of that room, man.
I always enjoy a good laugh from everybody when you're not really supposed to laugh.
That's awesome.
That's some of the best stuff.
Like the most awkward laughs.
Yeah, or something's supposed to be scary and it's actually just funny and cringy and everybody laughs at it.
Tommy's stuck in a well. Yeah. Whoa. Nobody, that was a serious dramatic part. You didn't hear the strings, bro?
His legs broke and everything.
His legs broke. You didn't hear the strings on the violin. That's supposed to be a sad part, and you're over here laughing. All right. Don't sit next to that guy, guys. Don't sit next to that guy. But I know what you mean, though. It's those awkward laughs, man. I don't know what I'm saying, man. I know I've kind of said this before.
Oh, God.
I want the return of the blockbuster. I want more people in the theaters going to the movies to see movies, man. Like Regal, AMC, Cinemark, all these big movie companies, they do that unlimited viewings.
Yeah.
They do it because ticket prices went down, but viewership in the theaters have went down to kind of promote and get people back in. People are still not clenching on to that, man. I just want people in the theaters, damn it.
I got you.
What are we going to do about that?
I mean, we're doing what we can right now.
Doing what we can right now, man. Just appealing to their audio, visual. This is going to be on YouTube as well, cues. So,
Yep.
Movie theaters, guys. Go see Megan.
Yeah, that one probably needs some help.
They greenlit a sequel.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it did well.
They greenlit a sequel.
It is. It's streaming right now. I think it's. I don't know if it's a free stream, but
Gotcha, but it is.
it's on the service somewhere. One of the services.
On the services.
Yeah.
All right. All right, team. Thank you for subscribing to this week's episode, talking through everything we want to talk about. Next week, we will be discussing Knock at the Cabin.
That's playing in theaters now.
Like always, I am Clyde Smith. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram as I am Clyde D. Smith.
I'm Javier Villalobos. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J8200.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.